Hey guys and girls, and welcome back to the #1 channel on real estate. Now before we get started, make sure to hit that like button, and if you enjoy the video, be sure to subscribe to be part of the Daily Hit family. Now let's get back to the video. Buying a house out of state can be tough. You need to make sure that you're getting the best deal and not getting scammed. When buying a home, it's important to do your research before putting in an offer on any property. If you don't know what questions to ask or how much to pay for each feature, then you could end up overpaying for your dream home. But luckily for you, we've got just the tips you need. In this video, we'll share 8 things that will help you make sure that you're finding the right home when you're looking outside of your local market. Tips for buying a house in another state. Buying real estate is always stressful, regardless of where you're buying property and especially if you're a first-time buyer. Buying a home outside of your state? That's a little daunting, isn't it? We probably don't have to explain why. Typically, you won't have the time to spend hours browsing open houses. It's not possible to drop by at midnight to take a look around the neighborhood. And you very likely have no idea how hellish that daily commute for your new job really is. Understanding that you're taking a risk on a new house or even your first one may make you feel as though you're rolling the dice and setting yourself up for buyer's regret. However, with the appropriate individuals on your team and a competent real estate agent, plus a little bit of good fortune, buying a property in another state is feasible. I know because I bought a new house in another state sight unseen and it worked out wonderfully. So just take a deep breath and keep watching for the step-by-step essential strategies to purchasing a property outside of your state. Number 1. Do your research and then do some more. Regardless of how far away the property is or whether it's in a different state, you should always do substantial research before buying a home. When purchasing from another country, searching the internet becomes quite essential. Of course, you'll need the services of a real estate agent to help you locate the perfect property. However, don't simply rely on that. Stand up for yourself, use Google to your advantage, and find out what you can learn. And take as much lead time as possible. The sooner people can start the real estate procedure, the more pleasant it will be, William Mulholland, director of ARC Relocation, explains. Number 2. Be picky when choosing a real estate agent. When you're moving, you must rely on your agent to be your eyes and ears, so it's critical to find someone you can trust and who has your best interest at heart. The relationship between the client and the realtor is vital, according to Diller Schwartz of Austin, Texas. You need to be sure your agent is paying attention, that they understand your unique real estate demands, adds Schwartz, who assisted me with my relocation. To find the appropriate agent, begin with personal recommendations and then vet anybody you're thinking about, according to Mulholland. Look for the CRS, which stands for Certified Residential Specialist, or CRP, Certified Relocation Professional designations. These designations imply that someone has completed an additional level of instruction, Mulholland adds. You might get similar information by using a real estate website to find out more about the agent's experience, sales figures, specialty areas, and client feedback. Number 3. Consider a relocation specialist when buying a house in a new state. If you can't discover an agent with a CRP designation, or even if you can, reach out to a relocation specialist. Relocation specialists don't just work for big companies. Mulholland says many of his firm's clients are individuals making long-distance moves on their own. A specialist can assist you with almost all elements of your relocation, with the exception of actually purchasing your home, of course. They can get you connected with the appropriate real estate agent to begin your house hunt, or they might connect you with competent movers, a reputable title company, a good home inspection business, or just someone knowledgeable about the local school system. Best of all, it's completely free. These professionals don't make money by charging customers. Instead, they get compensated through vendor recommendations. They can also negotiate better rates for things like moving services and fight for you if something goes wrong. Number 4. Be wary of scammers. Unfortunately, purchasing in a different state exposes you to the risk of being taken advantage of. You have to be sure that the individual is real and that the property is genuine, Mulholland adds. It's really simple to create a fraudulent website. One of the most prevalent scams to be aware of is when a swindler creates a listing for a house that isn't really for sale, uses stolen photos, and offers it at an unbelievable price. After you bid on a property out of state, a phony bidding war ensues. The con artist steals your down payment once you've put down earnest money to seal the deal. Working with a specialist you can trust will help you avoid situations like this. Number 5. Ask the stupid questions when buying a house out of state. If something appears to be complicated, don't be afraid to inquire. Whether you've bought and sold property previously, the procedure in a different state is likely to be very different. For example, a down payment, also known as a deposit in some locations, can range from a few $100s to 10% of the property's price. Inspections may be done before or after entering into a contract, depending on the state. Some closings occur only weeks after signing a deal, while others might take months. It's possible that something is just normal procedure, or you may have identified a problem with your purchase. Number 6. Get a second opinion, if you can. Ideally, you'll be able to go on a brief visit to your new city to check out the most appealing properties in person. If this isn't the case, your agent might use a video software such as Skype or FaceTime to guide you around. However, there's a lot you can't experience through FaceTime calls. Smells, noises, and that gut feeling that's difficult to put into words but nevertheless conveys vibes. If you have any friends or relatives in the area, arrange for them to do a walkthrough of the finalists on your list. Number 7. Try to make it to the inspection. You should schedule your inspection for the day after you know that the work will be completed. If you can go to one or the other, make it to the closing. It's great to see the pictures on the inspection report, but if you can be there in person, you'll have a much deeper understanding of what's really going on, Mulholland says. Inspectors also like to teach new homebuyers about basic maintenance that should be performed on a regular basis, as well as show them the little things that don't affect the sale but still need attention. They can offer you information about your home that you otherwise wouldn't have known, he adds. Number 8. Don't sweat the closing. Because you can't be there in person to sign a stack of papers, it's not a big deal. These days, remote closings are becoming more and more common. One tip though, work with a title company that has a national network, so you can be sure it operates in both your current state and your new state, Mulholland suggests. Then you'll either travel to a local office or pay a notary to come to your home. So, you've decided to buy a house in another state. Congratulations! This is an exciting and rewarding experience, but it's also important to do your homework first. In this video, we provided some tips for buying a house out of state. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch.